No, I mean I was rooting for Devin Haney, but Garcia was like from the beginning. It was just you're watching a dude get picked apart, and
Yeah.
he later on they found out he popped for
Yeah, I seen that.
PEDs and
But it was weird that they can't. It's hard for them to prove when he did it and with the system. It's a gray area a little bit.
you got to get tested. Like they test you like every day, and then like they test you before and after the fight, and then they
Right.
don't get the results back until like a week later. So it's like I don't know. Everything in boxing is just shady.
But also, how can they, it's hard for them to prove exactly when he took it. I think it's a bit of a gray area.
Still, I mean, like if you're taking anything, if you're boxing at that level, why would you take anything that's even going to come close to popping?
Right.
And it's like the
Oh,
stuff.
they're trying to trick the system. That's all a lot of boxers do.
Yeah, but it's like that they're testing you, and that like it's out of your control. So it's like it's such a high risk move to.
He's the type of person that somebody probably just told him that he trusted. They probably just some street dude said, "Nah, man, this won't show up."
Yeah, I mean, someone's telling you're taking creatine, and it's like, oh, what's this other stuff? It's like, oh, don't worry about that.
People were getting people always bring up about the stuff Ryan Garcia says. It's like, dude, he's a boxer. What do you expect? These guys are getting punched in the head for a living.
Well, he's got to sell the fight.
Yeah, they're not giving a speech class either.
Yeah,
it's like, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to say weird shit if you're a boxer.
Well, I think it was such a good tactic for him because he was so like just being crazy and erratic that it's like the other guy is thinking about it. But I mean, like when it actually came down to the fight, I mean, you could tell it was all an act. And he just like destroyed Devin Haney. It was just wire to wire. But just watching, like I never seen somebody get that close to getting TKO'd, and they're just still like hanging on. Watching somebody get rocked and then their legs get all wobbly.
Yeah.
And he's trying to hang on. It was like a cartoon.
Have you ever hung out with somebody that did roids?
Not that I know of.
It's fake strength. Dude, it's unbelievable strength. Like, I did. I hung out with dudes that did roids, and you'd be at the gym with them. And I remember, dude, it took me a long time. I was able to get like 225 up probably like 5 times. I'd probably get a good clean set of 5 reps with 225. And I remember this dude was struggling with 225 to get it 3 times. And, dude, we kept working out, and then my whole goal was get 225 10 times, right?
Wow.
I was like, that they say if you can get that, then you can bench 300 pounds. I think I got, in the amount of time it took me just to be able to get another, maybe 3 more months I lifted with this guy. And I got up to like 225. I was able to maybe hit 7-8 reps with it.
Wow.
Just to show you.
Yeah.
That's how long it took for me to go from 4 or 5 reps to 7 or 8 reps.
Yeah.
Like 3 months. And this dude was struggling with it. Dude, I'm not kidding you. I seen this dude doing 325 like twice in the amount of time that it took. In 3 months, he shot up that much.
You noticed the difference in his body though?
Yeah, he got bigger, but it wasn't like it's just a wicked strength. He wasn't much bigger. It's a crazy strength.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, that Devin Haney felt the wrath of that.
Well, I mean, Ryan Garcia also came in overweight. So he came in 3 pounds overweight.
Guaranteed.
And I mean, like stuff like that. It's like it doesn't sound like much, but I mean, I'm sure you're feeling it.
Oh yeah, it's a lot, dude. And then these guys, a lot of them, they try to wrap their hands before the judges see it. Like they're casting their hands up, or they'll double wrap their hands. They try to push all the padding out of their gloves.
Right.
People are always doing some bullshit. Your trainer will get your gloves or your spit guy, and from the moment they have your gloves, they're just working on getting that padding out of there.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like this Inoue guy. He's like this is probably the best Japanese fighter we've ever seen.
That's great.
But it's like the problem is that like there's not that many guys who are 120 and 122.
Well, he'll have to go up to at least 135.
Everybody wants him to move up to like Tank Davis, like 140, 135. But it's just like that's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. He started boxing at like 108.
He'll either be that or he'll move up a weight class and the champ will move down one, but that's rare.
Yeah, but it's just like...
And even then, you don't want that.
You got to think just as like a percentage. Because it's one thing if you weigh 170 and you go up to 180, because you're already 170. But if you weigh 120 and you go up to 130, that's like 12% of your body is
only
growing.
One boxer successfully do it was Roy Jones Jr. Dude, he shot up in those weight classes.
But he was already like, I mean, I think that dude was already walking around like a big guy.
He used to dominate people. He was way bigger than his opponents in the early weight classes.
Yeah, but that dude, I think Pacquiao is the only one that's actually like done it.
That
real.
dude will put on some weight. He's probably still young. I bet you he can put on 10 pounds.
Yeah, but it's like, like the skill level when you jump from that to like when somebody's walking around at 150 and they drop down to 140. That's different than being 120 and going up to.
Yeah, but then also you get the agility and speed.
Yeah.
That person that's 150 going down, they're not going to be as fast as that dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
Remember how fast Pacquiao was?
Unbelievable. It's crazy too if you go on YouTube and watch early Pacquiao, like before he was famous.
Yeah.
He was like, this is one of the dudes on your ship.
Yeah.
This dude was like 108 pounds just because like he couldn't afford food.
Wow.
And it wasn't until he got like, I think by the time he fought Mayweather, he was like 150 or something. But it's just like, see how skinny somebody is. It's like a child weight.
You ever watch Antonio Barrera?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that dude was tough.
Yeah.
Felix Trinidad.
It's so much. I think when we were kids, there was the early era was all about heavyweights. So it would just be this big ass Mike Tyson kind of guy, Holyfield. And it wasn't until later that it became cooler to watch middleweight, lightweight fly. But it's so much more action.
Way more.
And you're just watching the dude
some of that, Bernard Hopkins and these guys, the middleweights, they had some star middleweight fighters. I think that really brought a lot of attention to the middleweight class.
Yeah.
There was, what's his name? Hector Macho Camacho.
Yeah. There was Zab Judah.
Dude, I remember Bernard Hopkins was really a hell of a fighter.
Yeah.
It's crazy his story he had, too.
Oh, yeah. He was like a criminal or something?
Yeah. Even my hometown champ, Kelly Pavlik, he fought middleweight. He was a tough guy. Coming from Youngstown.
Yeah.
He fought Bernard. Yeah, dude, I don't miss it one bit. I miss the training. I miss the confidence. One thing I really do miss the training. I was in such good shape when I boxed. It was like, dude, it was ridiculous. Life was easy.
You got like a goal you're working towards.
Well, that was cool. It was therapeutic.
Yeah.
There's something about working out that hard.
Yeah.
But also just the fact when you wake up. I remember, dude, I would jump out of bed. Like I was like an electric bolt, dude. I had so much energy.
Oh, yeah.
You jump out of bed, you're ready to go. You got a snap. You could just punch somebody in the face.
Yeah, that's why, quick. The Rocky was kind of realistic in the way they portray him just like, I just got to get up and do some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got a gym, so I'm going to just box some meat.
Yeah. Doing pull-ups, those one-handed push-ups.
Running through the farmer's market, chickens everywhere.
Yeah, dude, I used to think Rocky, I didn't realize he had nerve damage. He had a disease. That's why the left side of his face was hung down. I used to think if it's from working out so hard, so I used to make that face when I'd work out.
The palsy face.
Yeah, I did the palsy face. I remember my track coach was like, stop doing that with your face.
It's creepy.
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing? I'd be like,
yeah. There's something though about especially this Inoue guy because he's such like a hometown. He mostly only fights in Japan, but it's just like just knowing, especially if you're like a Mexican fighter fighting in Mexico, just being the pride of your entire country like that,
right.
And that many people come together to watch you. It must be like a national event. Imagine being Filipino when Pacquiao was first on his run. Yeah. That would be like you're watching Muhammad Ali,
right?
And he's just like, yeah, and then Pacquiao ends up becoming he's like a senator in the Philippines.
Yeah, dude, he's huge over there.
Yeah.
They love him still. Yeah, this dude, I respect this dude more, though, because Japan's beautiful. You have options in Japan, at least from what it looks like. It's not a poor country at all. So to pick a sport like this is a tough... Boxing is the type of sport, like, I did it.
Yeah.
You have to really have no other options or just really love it. Because as soon as I got other options... When I realized there was other stuff out there, my heart wasn't in it. When I thought all I had was boxing,
right?
That's when my heart was in it. But
that's what's fucked up these days too. Is that boxing isn't as big as it used to be. So it's way harder to make a living if you're just like a low-level guy.
Yeah. Compared
to boxing like Raging Bull days or something.
Dude, I remember my fights, dude. I got one fight for $2,500, and it wasn't sanctioned pro fight, so it was exhibition, but still paid $2,500. I walked away with nothing after it was all said and done.
But yeah, think about that with there's these MMA guys, like not UFC, but like low-level MMA guys.
Yeah.
I think the bonus, it's like if you win, you get like $800 or something.
Yeah, dude, I literally didn't get a paycheck. I didn't get one single dollar bill.
Yeah.
It never even was spoke about.
That is such a fucked up way to make a living.
I mean, dude, imagine I worked out hard for 6-7 weeks for this fight.
Yeah.
And everything it cost, I didn't get cut either. So it's like there was no medical bill. Imagine if there was a medical bill, I would have lost money.
Yeah.
My cut man was like $250. I didn't even get cut.
Because think it used to be like when you watch Rocky, it's like this guy he's a prize fighter. He's fighting to make this money, and he's got to pay this and that. These days, if you were a kid growing up and you're like 15, 16 years old, you would start making TikTok videos.
Right.
You wouldn't train to wake up at 4 a.m. to do push-ups and shit. Or if you did do push-ups, it would because you're making TikTok videos.
Yeah, like this guy right here. I guarantee you this dude probably has a master's degree. He's probably a heart surgeon, too.
No, this dude is like a boxing savant.
Oh.
His dad is his trainer, and he's like,
wow.
If you watch his fights, too, people break it down in like slow motion. It's all like real scientific. Like
He's the Japanese Mayweather.
Ah, yeah. Well, not even... Mayweather was like a smart boxer. This dude is like a destroyer, too. He's like a guy who, like, when he sees the weakness, it's like pounce.
Now, does he talk shit and stir shit up?
Yep.
Does he play like he's the bad guy? Or?
No, I mean, during the fight, he does a little bit. That's what's also cool, is he does like kind of that Roy Jones. Like,
yeah, I've seen a little bit.
Down,
you got to be proud. You got one of your guys in there.
It's so great. I mean, like, it's happened so rarely that it's just like... It's like when there's a new Japanese baseball player. It's like, I got one guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm sure it must be exciting when you see, like, is Francis Ngannou, UFC guy.
Yeah, but he's a real Italian, though.
No,
right?
this is the African guy. He's coming from Cameroon. Oh, yeah. And every time he was fighting, he, like, they're showing, like, they do, like, live from Cameroon. And they're just in some fucking empty room with, like, 100 kids. And they're all cheering. It's like, that must be so exciting to fight and know that, like, your village is watching you.
That's got to be wild.
Yeah. That's what these Mexican fighters, they, like, fucking die in the ring. Because it's like they know they got their entire, like, 10,000 family members watching them.
And the thing is, dude, it's sad. It's so not worth it. Like, even, I hope this guy doesn't get brain damage. Sometimes that shit catches up with you. Like, people say, oh, Mayweather, he's fine. He don't have brain damage. Give it another 10 years, you know.
Mayweather never, like, took damage, though.
I think there's probably some hits that we don't consider.
I mean, he's gotten rocked a few times, but compared to, like, that's what's the most fucked up about boxing and MMA is that you can get completely fucked up and not make any money for it.
See, there's never...
Like, Mayweather is at least like a billionaire.
I don't see any Italian guys like an Ohio Italian guy. The last one we had was like Boom Boom Mancini.
That's the thing. That's why it's like... That's how you can tell that Italians have come up in the world. Is that back in the day, that used to be an option for people.
Yeah.
That was like a working class hero. But now it's like, no, that guy's going to learn how to code. Or
he's going to remodel kitchens. What are you talking about?
Either that or he's
make sandwiches on TikTok.
Yeah, he'll find, but there's another way.
I never met an Italian coder in my life.
I'm sure they're out there. Some snot-nosed kid.
I'd see him more being like, hey, listen, we could put some tile floors in for you.
Pay me a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
remodeling kitchens and making sandwiches.
Crack the Wi-Fi for you.
That's
why, like, this kids, that's why Mexico is still, like, they're still box. Because, like, the rest of the world is kind of moving on to MMA. But there's still, like, a culture in Mexico of, like, nah, you're 6 years old. We're coming to the gym.
Dude,
you're fighting a chicken or something.
I just came back from Mexico. You want to know what the kids were playing? The kids in the street. How, normal kids play with, like, silly string.
Yeah.
The father gave them... Dude, I can't believe this shit. The father had these kids. They're spraying that spray, expands. What is that? That spray
That's like
foam?
A caulk.
Yeah, it's like that spray foam that expands. It's yellow.
For like a bathtub or something?
No, like if you got a hole in your wall, you'll fill it with that. It gets all big, Dude, that's what they're playing with. It's like,
weird.
Dude, there's toxins. You know how many cancers that shit causes?
Well, it's designed to, like, harden up and, like, stay there forever.
Yeah, and, dude, that's their spray foam. Their father just gave it to them. They're running around. I was just in Mexico.
Wow.
And I was in Ensenada, which is still there's a lot of money coming in there because the cruise ships and the tourists. So there is still money coming in. But, dude, there's 4-year-olds walking around selling bracelets with their mother. And the bracelets say, like, I got that WAP. They don't know English. They're just selling the shit.
Wow.
But, dude, 4 years old barefoot selling bracelets.
Wow.
In Mexico. And that's where you get the tough fighters from. They're like, fuck, I'm tired of selling these bracelets.
Yeah.
Then they get a little older. They start selling cigars.
You know what toughens these kids up too? Probably, I bet like what makes like someone like Pacquiao like real like hardcore is the dogs.
Yeah.
When there's loose dogs in a
Oh
neighborhood.
yeah, they're
Just
all
think,
over.
I'm already like when I was growing up, I was kind of scared of dogs just because my neighbor's dog's barking at me.
Yeah.
But just imagine growing up in a neighborhood where there's dogs on the prowl.
Right, and they are out there.
They're out there in packs.
The
And
Bahamas.
you're already starving, so it's like your food's already tight. But now I got a dog chasing me.
Yeah.
That's got to be like, I mean, what's that do to your brain?
It definitely makes you tough. There is loose dogs all around Mexico and the Bahamas, Jamaica, dude. It is crazy. You'll even see horses and cows walking around in like DR and shit.
But yeah, anytime I've ever been in a place where there's loose dogs, it's like I can feel it in the air. That's funny because it's like a tropical, like it'll be like a vacation resort area.
Yeah.
But there's still like a mangy ass pit bull.
Well, if it's all mangy and beat up, you're lucky. It's hungry. It's all sad. But
No, still that dog's still diseased. You don't know what's gonna come out.
Oh yeah, dude. Did you see that? That can't be real. Did you
What?
see anything about the dog disease thing going on?
Oh yeah.
People are losing limbs. Do you think that's made up?
I don't know.
Some TikTok view shit.
I think I know what you're talking about.
If the
Yeah.
dogs have black spots on their tongue and they lick you, your limbs will fall off.
Oh, I
They have
heard
to
that.
amputate your limbs. I'm seeing it all over TikTok.
Oh wow. Well, I think there's that, and there's also just regular rabies and stuff. But it's just like you can't argue with the dog. And how do
Well-
you even like if you're a little kid? How do you even fight it off?
Also, a lot of these countries got loose monkeys running around too that have rabies. That shit's scary.
Yeah, and those monkeys are like smarter than dogs.
Dude, yeah.
So they're crafty. Yeah, they know how to like wait in the cut for a little bit.
They
and then
do.
jump out. Yeah.
In Gibraltar, they'll just come take your shit.
Yeah, they're like. I mean, they've like evolved over the generations to learn how to steal from tourists.
And you ain't fighting a monkey. And these monkeys are friendly compared to some monkeys that you might see, like a chimp or something. Or at least you wouldn't see that.
These are like the little ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a capuchin. Yeah.
Well, actually, I'll be honest with you. Some of them are about 2.5 feet tall.
But they're not like. It's not like a
No, it's
Planet
not
of the
like
Apes.
No,
Yeah.
nothing like that. But these ones, I know they could fuck you up. But
Well, I think they got like claws or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
have you ever seen chimps though? I think chimps are the ones that really fuck you up.
Yeah. But the thing is with like a dog, I've never actually been attacked by like I've had people's dogs jumping on me at their house.
Yeah,
But how do you even fight a dog in the street?
you got to kick it in the stomach.
I guess, but it's jumping at you, and
You
it's like
jump
all you can
too.
do is stand back and like trying to catch it in the face. But
Nah, dude, I've been attacked by multiple dogs.
you
got-
did that. You actually did the soccer
I had
kick.
a paper route. Yeah, dude, you got to jump up and kick it in the stomach.
Wow.
I probably kicked 3 dogs in the stomach.
And then what? What the
They
dog
run
do?
away.
Oh wow.
You try to kick them in the mouth, they're gonna bite your foot off.
I don't know. I feel like if you're in like this dog grew up in Mexico, in the countryside. It's
Yeah.
like that dog knows how to fight.
You just don't. Once it takes hold of you, bro, then that's it. Luckily, I've never been bit. A dog could rip your shoulder off like
Yeah.
a pit bull.
But especially a dog that actually is like starving and
Yeah.
it's like it knows that you're a source of meat. And
Yeah.
you're in a country where like regular people don't have meat.
I don't think dogs will attack you for that reason. I think they attack you because.
Well, plus these dogs in these foreign countries, the people fuck with the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no like laws about like, oh, you can't do that to a dog.
I think that's why they attack you.
It's almost like they're like it's like pit bull, like they're like fighters.
Yeah. They
Thank
do.
God.
They
I
got
mean, like,
those
it's-
dogs fighting.
People talk about New York City, Democrat-run cities, it's havoc. We don't got dogs on the street.
Yeah.
You got to give us that.
Yeah, people that talk anything about America going to shit need to go to DR or Haiti.
Yeah.
And they'll really see what's
Yeah,
up.
there's no loose animals on the prowl around here.
Yeah.
I can never deal with it if I had to people live in areas where there's like coyotes or something.
Well, that's one thing that blew me away about California. I had no clue. Dude, my dumb ass goes and I'm like, I want to hike the Hollywood sign. And
There's mountain lions and shit.
yeah, and some
Yeah.
guy's like, hey, you don't got, I asked him, I go, hey, somebody told me that there could be wild animals up here. I didn't, I just thought it was a safe park. He's like, yeah, you don't have anything? He's like, you better get a stick or something. He's like, you don't have a taser or anything? I'm like, no.
Wow.
Like, why would I have that? He's like, you can get eaten up out here.
Yeah, there's mountain lions and coyotes and
It's nuts, hiking
Yeah.
the Hollywood sign.
well, it is like you're in the sticks at that point. You're way up in the hills. So,
Yeah, dude,
yeah.
I was freaking out.
Yeah, I could never live like that.
Luckily, I didn't see anything. Where I grew up, we'd run in the park, and sometimes you'd run right past a deer, and that was scary because like
Yeah, I've seen
a
that.
buck, they'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Maybe a doe won't do nothing, but you get one of those ones with the big horns up there, they're gonna get you.
Yeah. But I always wonder, like, because I've never actually, like, how would the fight go down?
With a deer?
Yeah. If you had to
Oh,
fight
dude. I'd hate to
like,
see it.
What would you even do with your hands and your legs? It's
Dude,
like,
you ain't doing nothing. And whatever you do is just for your own
well,
entertainment.
I feel like because the thing is, like, coming at you, your first instinct is going to be to grab and hold like this.
Nah.
The way that, like, the way you jump on, like, the car hood and, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think if you hold it like that, it's going to be like bucking you around, and then you have like a second to kick it right down the, you know.
There's nothing
Main
you
Street.
could do, bro. I'd love to see, like, you're talking maybe an 800, 700 pound buck.
No, that's like I mean,
How much
like
do you think those things
it's
weigh?
not like a deer. I mean, like the kind of deer you see in like a park. That's
yeah,
not like
dude, they're big. Well, maybe not 800 pounds. I don't know. But, dude, they're pretty fucking big, dude.
it's the size of like a small horse, I feel like.
Yeah,
like
but that's
300
big.
pounds?
I think they're more. Maybe they are 300, but that's 300 pounds of all muscle.
Yeah, that's
And,
true.
dude, that's these horns things. Dude, that's what they get you.
But it's like if you're holding onto the horns, what can it do?
I don't think you could hold on to the horns, dude. It's way stronger than you are.
Well,
That thing's
it's
gonna
just
throw
whipping you
you.
around.
It's just going to fucking charge you.
That's the thing. It's I mean, like with like a dog or like any animal where its primary weapon is its mouth.
Yeah.
Once you get the mouth closed, I mean, the dog has been everything. The whole animal's been neutralized.
Yeah.
So it's like you just have to avoid the danger zone. I don't even think a deer bites you. It's not like it.
No, they're
I
just
think
going
it
to
just
keep
kinda, like,
ramming you.
It just kind of stomps you out.
Yeah, I know they do. They'll get you with those horns.
Yeah.
I mean, people probably survive deer attacks, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll break something.
Yeah. But I mean, that's how you make a tough guy.
Yeah, the
You got to
one
deal with that every day.
dude, I seen a gator online crack a turtle shell. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy? That's how strong their jaws are.
Yeah. That's also why Florida's off limits for me.
Right.
I can't live anywhere with that where that's like a everyday factor for you.
And, you know, somebody from Florida put it to me like this. I was like, well, they can't be that fast. They go, well, did you ever see like a gecko or a lizard running around? Have you ever seen that? Dude, they're
It's
fast.
quick.
They
Yeah.
look like they're floating.
Well, think about the size of the body. And
Right.
How quickly, relative to the size of the
Right.
room. It's like it is there.
That
It's
gator
over
could
there.
get you
Yeah.
if it wanted you.
Yeah. Do you see the TikTok of the guy who's catching the gator in the trash?
Oh, yeah, he
can?
goes yoink or whatever.
Yeah, just closes over it.
Oh, no. I seen the other guy that's always yoinking shit out of the ground.
Yeah, but it's just like the fact that somebody has to live like that. And those are the people that say New York City is too dangerous for them.
Well, that's why in Florida, man, they'll feed you to it. They'll have an alligator in their tub. They'll feed you to it.
Yeah. It's too much.
Florida's off limits for me anyway. It's just I'm always in Florida. I don't know, dude. I just don't like Florida. I don't know what it is.
It's the heat.
A lot of hot girls, though.
Yeah. But I mean, just like the humidity.
Traffic, humidity. I mean, anywhere. If you're talking Orlando or Miami or South Beach, even honestly, dude. People think New York's expensive. Try being in South Beach. That shit's like,
Yeah.
dude. A hamburger's like $79.
But I think people who like, you can live in like a shit area, Miami or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. You live in like the Scarface area or something.
It is, dude. It's like if you're living there, then it's shit anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dude, I get sick of Florida, but I am there a lot. Like, I'll go hang out at the beach. I'll go to South Beach. I'll go to Miami. And I'll chill on the beach for like 4 or 5 hours, and I'm over it.
Yeah. I don't know how people like, that's their goal. Is to like eventually they want to just do that every day, all day.
I think when you get older, you just don't want winter no more.
I guess, but it's just like how much beach can somebody take?
Right.
Some guys just want they're like working their bullshit car wash job, so someday they can retire on the beach.
Or they'll move to Florida and they'll work washing cars down there, and just because of the beach.
Yeah.
And I guess it's more detailing in Florida.
I don't know. How much could you take?
I wasn't crazy about Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, the girls are hot. I mean, I see why. When you talk about, dude, it's honestly going to be a problem. They changed the abortion rule in Florida.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of fucked up kids coming out now.
Yeah.
Dude, because there's people, I know people from Florida that should not have kids. It's like, you got to keep in mind, if they're going to change it anywhere, change it in like Virginia. Don't change it in Florida.
Well, it's just like the way the government thinks there. It's like, what, do you want more fucked up kids.
Right.
Yeah, don't you want less?
Or are they tired of paying for abortions? Because people are banging in Florida. That's the thing, dude. You could just meet a girl that night. You're hooking up with her.
Well, it's just like it's like a 6-week abortion. That's the limit. 6 weeks after pregnancy. So it's like the people who are, you don't even know you're pregnant.
Yeah, these
until
Florida
like
girls.
you got like a week to get an abortion.
6 weeks, they're still popping pills in that pregnancy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they haven't found out. They don't find out. These are people who aren't on top of their schedule.
Right.
So it's like these aren't detail-oriented people.
Right.
Who are like keeping track of their period or something. So it's like, yeah.
A lot of fake car accidents in Florida, too. That's why I never want to drive there. That's a huge business in Florida.
Oh, wow.
All those fake insurance jobs. That's where you see a lot of that shit.
I bet there's got to be some like rich guys who still buy like a shit car just to not become like a victim for something like that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's that. If you see the car is nice. Then there's people in Florida with so much money. There's a lot of influencers. Dude, I see these girls, and I could tell 19 years old, probably a millionaire already. Dude, we get off the plane. They have their own chauffeur there to pick them up. They got their little bags.
Oh, wow.
And you see them, and they're all half-dressed, skimpy.
Wow.
You know, I'm here making content.
Wow.
It's huge for stuff like that. And the nightclub scene, dude. When I was in Florida one night, we had an overnight. We all went out to a little couple clubs. Dude, a lot of these clubs for a dude to get in, it's like $50, $100. Here's a $10,000 bill at the end of the night. Like,
wow.
I was talking to a girl that works in a Florida club. She told me there was a group of people there. Their bill was $30,000.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Well, it's some guy from Dubai or something.
Or it's just some fuck from New York that didn't know any better. You
Yeah.
never want to lay down a credit card, dude. They'll hit you.
I think like there's a lot of guys who just like it's being a guy who's like in his 50s who like made his money in tech or something.
Yeah.
Now he's trying to run it all back.
Well, people don't realize how much they're scamming you out there. Like those bottle girls.
Yeah.
You know, they're out there just to hustle you. They'll drink your whole bottle.
Yeah.
They'll be spilling your shit out just to bring you another bottle.
Yeah. All because you want to be Rick Ross.
And those bottles are $5,000 a piece.
Right. You know what's weird about that kind of club? They don't actually have them in New York City really anymore.
I am surprised. Like,
Isn't that weird?
I haven't.
I used to think that when I was growing up, like Night at the Roxbury kind of stuff.
Right.
I mean, that's LA, but it's just like if you go to the West Side, Meatpacking District, they used to just be like all big ass nightclubs like that.
No shit.
But these days, it's like there's only a few, and they like, it's more like a restaurant, I think.
Yeah, the only nightclub that I know, which is nothing like Night at the Roxbury, but they get turned up. If it's still open. I used to work there. I was a busboy. It's during the day, it's like a restaurant, then it turns into a nightclub. But that Tonic over by the old stand.
Yeah.
Then they had one in Times Square.
But even that's not like a club.
Well, they have the upstairs is more like a club. Then they got the rooftop.
But even
like
you
the
would think a
hookah.
city like this would be like jumping with like big like crazy
that
nightclubs. But like that whole scene now, I think it's all just like it's all just like restaurants with like bottle services, and people aren't going out dancing like that.
Yeah, they're really not. I mean, they're going to Miami. Miami's the 6th borough of New York now.
Yeah. But you would think that like, where are people going out?
That's the thing. There's not enough people in New York either. Like, I'm telling you, these streets are dead.
Where? No.
Like, New York's empty still.
What are you talking about? No, if you go to the West Village, you go to Times Square, it couldn't be more people.
Times Square, maybe there's a decent amount of tourists, but, dude, West Village is still nothing like it used to be. If you go there at midnight...
You've been out of town, bro.
Really?
Shit is still,
Is it popping?
It's popping, especially now. It's getting warm outside.
I remember, dude, last time I was in West Village, it was a midnight on a Thursday. There wasn't a soul on the street.
Now, I mean, you've been out of town.
Yeah.
But shit's popping now. My question is just like, where are all these, where's everybody going?
Well, there's that one nightclub in West Village. There's the you got to stand in line and all that
by the
cellar
and everything. But even that's more.
No, it's on Bleecker. It's by the comedy shop.
I know you're talking about. That's like it's more of a bar though. It's not like
It's that one where they got the red rope out and all that shit. I've never been in there. Like, you can't just get in. You gotta like, it's got the doorman with the clipboard. Mm-hmm. It's one of those joints.
But you would think that would be all over the place in the biggest city in the country.
I bet there is, and people just don't talk about it. Probably on like 12th Avenue and Hell's Kitchen or something.
That's the thing. There are some, but that's not like what people do anymore. It's just like that. That's kind of like it's like a '90s way to go out.
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of crazy. You think people still would be going out?
People are
like that.
partying. I mean, I think it's more like you go to like a Dominican party in like Harlem or something. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
those places
Dominican
are
night,
jumping.
and it's
Yeah.
like reggaeton night or something.
No, Washington Heights and up in Diker, that's always slammed. If you want to go do some salsa or something.
Mm.
I used to live over there.
Yeah.
The Bronx has some crazy busy shit. I guess in Manhattan, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You're right. I bet you we got to just find the spots. We just don't know about them.
Here's the thing. It's not like I'm trying to go.
There's probably some 50-50 clubs.
Yeah. It's weird to me that it's not more of a night city.
A known thing.
People are out. They're going to bars or something. But it's not just like regular parties and everything.
I remember back in the day, though, man, like I'm telling you, like 2015, 2016, all the way up to the pandemic, you could drink at a place till 5 a.m. almost anywhere. And you could eat 24 hours a day. And on top of that, the diner would be slammed. You'd have to wait for a seat at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And they'd have the after hours place where they'd close it down and you could drink till 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it would be full of people. And it's nothing like that now yet.
That shit died off, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like the late night stuff.
That 24-hour diner being slammed.
These days, I mean, most of those diners, they close at like 2 now. The only thing open at that hour, it's like you're getting some bullshit halal food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll have to bring dry salami, bring a little party to Hell's Kitchen when I'm over there.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know what it is why we don't know where all the good parties are is because we're not gay. That's where the parties are. If you're gay, you'll find those good nightclubs. Those are the guys that party.
I mean, that is true, but it's also just like back in like the 90s, they really partied.
Yeah.
People like back then used to just go out more. Now I think it's also just like, people are home more. They're,
on TikTok.
People are watching TikTok videos. Yeah. They're not like, you don't have to like go to a place to know what's going on.
It seems like the people around New York too are a lot younger.
Yeah. There's some of that.
You're hanging out with people. You're like, are you even 18 yet? You see them out on the streets drinking?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Passed us by.
It's so cheap to travel, dude. I really think a lot of people are just like, fuck it. We'll take a $170 flight to Miami.
Oh, yeah. So you're about to go out tomorrow. You're going to what?
Grand Cayman. A lot of movies are filmed in Grand Cayman. It's so cheap to do it out there.
How you feeling about this flight tomorrow?
It's not going to be bad. Grand Cayman's nothing. And I got a direct flight, I think, too. So you're talking 4 hours.
Oh, man.
3.5. I could bust out 3.5 or 4. That's 2 movies.
Are you still like, do you feel like you've watched every movie they got on that little?
I was just on this plane. JetBlue has the worst movies. Delta has some all right movies. United's got some good ones.
Yeah.
You really want to be on United for the movies. But
I feel like you've flown enough at this point. I feel like there's got to be. I mean, how many John Wicks can you watch?
Oh, I already seen them all.
Yeah.
I want to watch the rest of Insomnia. I can't. I was on a weird flight with that one that had Insomnia.
I mean, like, you ever fly and you just miss the last 10 minutes of the movie?
That's what happened.
Oh
yeah.
My God, yeah. And then you try to sit down again, and what am I just going to skip the last 10 minutes?
Dude, this flight I was just on, when I tell you JetBlue movies are terrible. And you're talking one of the most expensive tickets in the airline industry. A basic economy JetBlue flight is always the highest.
Yeah.
And you got to pay for your headphones. They have the shittiest snacks. You want a blanket, you got to pay for it. Versus Delta and United give you that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think United maybe, I don't know if they give it to you, but dude, there was no movie options at all. It was crazy. Everything was 2023, and there was nothing good. At not one. I watched Gene Wilder's life story. That was the most interesting thing on there.
Jeez.
Pretty interesting guy, but still not as good as you want to see a movie at least.
Wow. I feel like for all the time you spend in airports and like watching movies, you ever think about this? You could have learned Chinese or something at this point.
Yeah, I got some good news, dude. So
Ni hao.
there-
Just start busting out some Chinese.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No, so they're encouraging us to learn Spanish on the ships to help us communicate. A lot of people
course.
speak Spanish.
Yeah.
So
Tagalog.
yeah, you got free Spanish lessons.
No, it's not. It doesn't cost money to learn a language. But I'm just saying, for all the time you've spent where you just like got time to kill.
Yeah.
If you had just been doing flashcards,
Well, I
You
don't
could
really
learn-
have time to kill. That's the crazy thing. Like when you're in the airports, when I
On
do have
the
those
airplane.
10-hour layovers.
10 hour. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Think about what you could do in that 10 hours if you were actually motivated to do it.
A lot of times I end up sleeping because I'll be up for 30. I'll try to sleep a few.
Yeah.
I'll be so tired. That's the problem. You don't even want to think about learning.
That's the thing, though. I mean, that's why nobody actually does it.
Mhm.
But just when you think about, when you add up the hours that you spend during the day doing bullshit, and you think about, oh, if I had actually spent that on something worthwhile,
Yeah.
then by this point you could have learned like 8 languages.
Or I could have went over my jokes. That's what I need to really do.
Oh, you could have written like 100 movies.
Yeah.
You could have done so much stuff. But it's just like the way people, I mean, this is just human brain. You can't,
Yeah.
you are in an uncomfortable situation, so it's hard to focus. But just think about how many movies you could watch that you're not even interested in.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'll spend 2 hours, a lot of time.
I'd have to download something on my phone. My storage is full on my phone. I got to figure that out. And, yeah, dude, on the plane, you don't have internet. I'm never paying that $8 for the internet. I probably should, but
You get a little book or something. Or,
yeah, I do got that one book. But even then, it's like maybe on an iPad I'd read it better.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I just muscle through it.
That's the thing, is that I'm not saying this isn't like a criticism. If I was
Yeah.
you, I'd be doing the same thing because your brain gets fried.
Right.
Because it's like you can't focus. But you think about like what it's like to have when you add up how much time it would take to learn how to do it. Anything, not even a language.
I gotta
Learning
say,
how
though,
to sew.
you would do something though.
But it's like if you could like read a book about how to like build a carburetor or something.
yeah,
If it was like a movie where it's like, oh, this guy is stuck in a room for 36 hours straight.
yeah.
All he's got is a book about how to build a house.
I feel like
After
you
that
would
36
Google
hours,
something.
he's gonna you're gonna pick up a couple things,
Yeah,
and you'd multiply that by all the fucking flights you're taking to Alaska.
I know.
It's like how cool would it be if you stepped off that flight and it was like, all right, now I know how to speak Filipino.
Well, actually, I'm gonna start trying to learn some
Yeah.
Spanish.
Spanish, I think you'll probably find that you already know more than you think.
Yeah,
because a lot of that
especially-
stuff you pick up. I mean,
I start talking to the people a lot. I'm sure I'm gonna have it.
yeah, and plus most of the people you talk to that speak Spanish, they also speak a little bit of English, so it's like you can go back and forth.
I'll always knock out a little bit back and forth.
But how sick would it be if you stepped off if you could just step out in China
Yeah,
and you don't you do that thing where you pretend you don't speak their language,
Yeah.
and you just bust it out on them.
yeah.
That would be sick.
No, you'd impress them. I mean, Chinese would be a hard one to go for, though, but I'd probably go
It'd be
Spanish,
the most impressive.
Italian. Yeah, I don't even know
Spanish wouldn't even be impressive. You bust out
It'd be
Spanish.
more useful to me.
It'd be
though.
useful, but it's like you bust it out. No one's going to be like, oh, man, this guy speaks Spanish. No
Yeah.
one's going to start filming
Well,
you.
how
But
many opportunities do I have to bust out Chinese to another Chinese person?
China's a big country. It's the biggest one.
But I'm never there.
Imagine if you were, though. If you go to Chinatown, you go anywhere. Someone who doesn't even speak Chinese, you just start talking to them in Chinese fluently.
I don't know, dude. I feel like the people in Chinatown still want to talk to me. They'd act like they don't know the language.
It would be sick, though. Just having that in your head
Yeah.
and knowing that all you had to do was, and plus it's also, you get to kill that 8 hours in the flight when you're flying to Portugal.
What do Filipinos speak? That's another one I should learn.
Tagalog.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that would be one to learn, honestly.
Yeah, that would be a cool language to know.
Dude, it's 90%. Filipinos drive a lot in this world. Like, dude, they're like,
There's more of them than you think.
yeah, dude. If there
Yeah.
was no Filipinos, it would cost $10 million to cruise. And like nobody'd be able to afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they literally do everything on the ships except
Yeah.
for the captain. The captain's Italian. The rest is all Filipino people.
Filipinos are also like naturally, it's like a friendly bunch.
Yeah, they are.
Think
They're
about how much
lovely.
more friendly they would be if you spoke their language too. You'd
Yeah.
be like a king.
Yeah, they try to teach me. I learned how to say "you're pretty," but I can't remember it now. I would mess it up
They're
totally.
going to teach you how to say, "Will you marry me?"
Yeah.
Do you want to come to America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They talk with their lips. They point with their lips. You ever notice that?
Cash app.
Yeah.
Yeah, green card.
They're beautiful people.
Naturalization. That would be, I mean, like that's if you learn the language too. If you had to retire somewhere,
Oh,
you're
dude,
just
I'd
the
have
white
it.
guy in the Philippines on the beach. You get all fucking fat.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be the only one.
Yeah, but I mean, I bet those other guys. I think a lot of people That's one of those countries. It's like Thailand where people just move there.
Yeah.
But most of the people don't learn the language because they're just among other Americans.
Or like
expats.
South America.
Yeah. But if you could actually go there by yourself and just be able to rattle off the language.
Open up a T-shirt store or something.
Yeah, you wouldn't even get ripped off when you're trying to buy coconuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would learn. I want to learn a lot of a little bit of languages though, so I could be that dickhead at that asshole that everybody hates that tries to impress the girl. You go to like Chili's and you start talking to the waitress in Spanish or something.
Right.
Oh, you're from what's that one? I don't know, Romania. You know, like 5 words in Romanian. Tell your Uber driver.
All you know to say is hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Como estás?
Yeah, I barely speak Romanian. Just learn that. I'm just trying to impress this woman.
I really think that's what they always say is that, I mean, you learn the language trying to read on like a plane. You're never really going to learn the language. But if you just go there for a while and you force yourself to talk to people, you do naturally pick it up.
Well, I spent some time in Iceland. It depends if you really want to. Like the Icelandic language, in order to speak it, you got to make a lot of ugly faces. And dude,
a lot of throat.
Yeah, I was practicing in the mirror. I'm like, dude, wow. Like I look this.
Plus, it's like, how often are you really going to be in Iceland?
Only like 300,000 people speak. Well, surprisingly, I've been in Iceland like 7 times.
But compared to speaking Spanish.
Right. There's only 300,000 people that speak Icelandic.
Yeah. Spanish, it's like you go anywhere or, Plus, I think once you learn Spanish, it's easy to learn French and,
Yeah, I think
Italian.
French would be a good one to know. Italian, because French people, dude, you ever go to Paris? I don't know if you've been to Paris or whatever. Dude, yeah, like, dude, nobody's even trying to help. They're not even, you can't, dude, it is what it is. They don't know English and they fucking hate you.
Yep. But that's when you bust it out on them.
Yeah, hit them with some French. No, you
hit them with some Chinese. That's when you really fuck with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you start ordering them around.
The people that impress me the most are the people from Africa, because in the size of New York City, there's like 47 different languages.
Oh, yeah.
And these guys will speak like, you'll talk to them, how many languages do you know? 28. You'll be like, what, dude?
Well, it's a dude who he speaks French because he's from Haiti. And
right.
He speaks, those guys.
Or these other guys from Croatia, they speak a lot of different languages for some reason. I guess when you're over there, the Mediterranean, you're kind of forced to travel.
Well, there's all the different countries are right there.
Yeah.
So the way that different states are in America, those are all different countries that speak different languages.
And honestly, it's even when you look at people will tell you they could be from England to Paris in 40 minutes, dude. We can't get through Jersey in 40 minutes or PA in 40 minutes.
Right.
They're in a whole other country.
Yeah. So how do you think you're gonna spend this 4 hours on this flight?
This one I'm probably sleeping, dude. I'm not going to bed tonight. I'll sleep. I'll get on the. Dude, then I deal with immigration all the time and these tests on these ships. I got to take 14 tests as soon as I get on the ship.
Tests
I've been
for
behind, water safety, environmental stuff, the fire extinguishers.
Wow.
Yeah, you watch these videos and then they won't let you get to the questions without sitting. You can't fast forward the video. Yeah. You have to watch the full video, and the fucking answers are so dumb. It'll say if there's a fire, what do? Option A, go to sleep. Option B, get help. Yeah. Option C is watch TV. It's dude, because they want these people to pass these tests. Yeah. So it's I gotta sit through 3 hours of video.
So every single time you get on the ship, you gotta take these tests?
Well, I don't do it every time. That's why I get behind. I think they give you
But you're supposed to?
I don't know if they give them to you every single time, but yeah, they give you I don't know, every time it seems like I'm always 10 behind.
Wow.
And then sometimes they'll come get you and make you do it right there in front of them because it's dire need.
Oh my God.
The environmental.
So how many times you've taken these tests?
175 times.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is insane.
I usually take about 5 a ship.
Wow. Well, I mean, you got a lot to look forward to, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're on the ship for how long?
I'll be on this one for 2 days. And then I'm coming home. I'll be home on the... I'll actually be here on the 12th. I come in at midnight on the 11th. So I'll get here. We'll have the 12th to shoot another dry salami. Then
you're
the
out.
13th, actually, daytime... An artist is painting me nude.
Oh, wow.
Yep. What do you call? She's painting me. It's all the way out. What's Crown Heights, Brooklyn, the real Jamaican area. So
Yeah.
she said she painted one of her neighbors. So I told her, I'm like, you're gonna need a lot less canvas for me.
Wow.
I'm not Jamaican, sweetheart.
How long is that going to take?
Hopefully not long. She's doing it for free though.
Free.
Like I don't gotta pay her.
Why would you pay her?
I don't know.
Shouldn't
I
she
get to
pay
keep
you?
it. Well, I get to keep the painting.
Oh, weird. You want a naked picture of yourself?
I'm just gonna put a leaf over my privates. I think it's gonna make a good TikTok video.
I don't know. Yeah, that might get you in a little bit of trouble.
Well, I'll cover myself up a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. So you're doing that, and then don't you go back out?
Yeah, and I go back out on the 3 in the morning, like the 14th early in the morning.
Where are you going back out?
I'm going out on the biggest cruise ship, the number one, the big dog. It's called Mardi Gras. I'm going to the same places I've been to, though. I'm going to San Juan, which is a cool port. If you're going to cruise, you might want to check out San Juan.
But this is like this is like the shopping mall.
10,000 people. This is the city on the sea, baby.
Wow.
It's the Mardi Gras. This is one, you tell the other cruise ship comics you got Mardi Gras, you're going to lose some friends. It's an XL ship, so you're doing, I'm pretty sure, I can't wait to get my schedule. I don't know exactly, but I think I'm doing 10 shows in 3 days.
Wow.
I'm on the ship for 4 days, but I think the way they do it, you might do 10 shows in 2 days or 10 shows in 4 days.
Is it like multiple clubs in the?
It's upstairs and downstairs and
Wow.
a theater. So you're doing you do your family shows upstairs. You'll do a family show upstairs, adult down, family. You just go back and forth, and then you'll do one in the theater.
Wow.
But yeah, so you gotta think that's a lot of comedy. I'm doing 30 minutes times 10.
And I bet like for the rest of the day too. This ship. I bet you couldn't even walk the whole thing.
They got a lot of food options. I mean, still
It's
ships
like-
are still a ship.
But
Like,
I think there's like I think I've seen pictures of like videos of this. There's like a whole mall inside, right?
I don't know.
And
This is
there's
my
like a
first time
big
being
water
there.
slide and shit.
Oh yeah, there's huge water slides.
Yeah,
There's I think
basketball
movie
court.
theaters. Yeah, basketball court,
Yeah, so at least it's like
arcade and
yeah,
shit.
it's like a city. So at least
Yeah,
you get
yeah,
to,
yeah.
get to move around a little bit.
Yeah, dude,
Play
I
a
want
little
to do
hide
the
and seek.
arcades, but it's all kids in there. I just don't feel right. Like,
Yeah,
you can't
They
be
don't
in
got an
there.
adult arcade.
No.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh, there goes that.
yeah. Can't
You know,
play whack-a-mole.
I feel like the arcades would be so much fun. They got it like how we grew up. Like, did you ever
Yeah.
go to an arcade when you were a kid, dude? I
Of
used to
course.
love that.
My favorite thing.
They got them lined up. There's one in this neighborhood, actually. Well, it's like a 20-minute walk.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude. And the arcade's free in this neighborhood, I think. You just got to buy beer. I think the games are free.
Oh, it's like a barcade or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the only one where I think they're free, though. It's
yeah.
in Bushwick. I think it's probably more like a 40-minute walk. But as long as you're buying beer, you can play the games for free.
Yeah.
I went once, but these ones you got to pay to play, though. That's the one bitch. But I would still do it. Play some Pac-Man or something, some Street Fighter, a little race car game.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be a good pastime.
Yeah.
This one, and then on the ships, a lot of times they have these low-rate movies. I actually saw a good one, that one with Damon Wayans Jr. as a cop. He looks just like Damon Wayans, dude.
Oh yeah.
I was surprised. He did good. But there's all these
I've
movies.
seen that guy did stand up.
Oh, no shit.
Stand up New York. Yeah.
Damn, was he funny?
That's pretty fun. I mean, it is like, I'm watching like a small version of Damon Wayans.
It's like when you see Chris Farley's brother do a set and he's all serious. You're like, dude, do a fucking backflip.
Yeah, right. Fat guy in a little coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to the new Stand Up New York yet?
No, I just got the email, the book or whatever. That's like at Times Square, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's gonna be right by you.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, it's right. No, it is actually 45th Street, so it's gonna be right by your place.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you gotta have to hang out. I've seen pictures.
Who's the
It
new
looks nice.
booker? Well, we don't
We'll
want to
talk about that.
online.
Yeah. But yeah, you're gonna be like right in like the heart of like Times Square. You go to Margaritaville.
There's a Margaritaville over there?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Dude, I
like
haven't
40th
been.
Street.
I can't even think
Go
it's
to the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll probably stay by 9th Avenue. You get the Thai food. There's Gnocchi on 9th. There's a few places.
You go to the M&M store.
Yeah, drop $75. I would go.
Go to the strip club, get ripped up.
I got Broadway over there. I got Three Monkeys. I don't know what the pair's doing.
Go watch Hamilton.
Dude, I would totally get around the theater game.
Yeah.
I need to figure out. I know
You got to figure out these like the back doors.
Yeah, the hustles.
Yeah.
Especially to theater. That's what I was telling myself. I'm like, first off, I knew people in that world that used to live in Times Square 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And they had all the hustles of all that shit.
Well, all those places have like 100 employees. So you just got to know one guy who works in the back.
Yeah, you give him like $30.
Give him some cigarettes.
My buddy used to tell me he get to slide into those Broadway plays throwing like doormen like $20-$30.
Hey, watch Wicked.
I want to see every single play when I'm over there.
Yeah. Jersey Boys.
I would see it. There's that. Maybe take some Broadway dance classes, get in yoga.
Oh, yeah.
I want to really get in the neighborhood, you know?
Yeah, that neighborhood too. It's like, I mean, that is like people live there neighborhood.
Yeah, and that used to be a heavily Irish neighborhood. That's where the saying came from, if it's too hot, get out of the kitchen. That's what they meant. The Irish were like, well, you know, when shit starts getting bad, you got to get out of Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, it's like a Taxi Driver.
Oh, really? I got to watch that. I still haven't seen it.
Oh, man. Beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a movie right there. That's like a classic old New York movie kind of.
I hope I run into Robert De Niro.
But just think, too, if you can get into like Broadway plays and you just really angle your way in, you never know.
I would do it.
You end up playing Michael Jackson. You know?
Oh, dude.
The Michael Jackson musical.
Dude, are you kidding me? I would love that.
You could be the kid that's like the beginning of the play who's like, oh, you're never going to make it.
Yeah. Or I can be one of the
bad guy.
One of the ones that stood up for him. I'll play Corey Feldman. I'll be like, look.
I believe you.
Yeah, me and Mike, we just smoked weed.
Yeah,
you know, it's
nothing happened.
When you see those interviews, like I forgot who it was, Aaron Rodgers or something.
Yeah.
He was saying, he goes, you know, I don't know. I was like 12 and he goes, man, Mike was nice to me. He didn't do nothing wrong. We just smoked weed. It's like, dude, smoked weed with a fucking 12-year-old.
Hey, we drank some wine. Why not?
Yeah.
I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's some pills among kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. No big deal. I'm excited for you, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a new era of your life.
That's how you could tell a good friend. I've already had people tell me, dude, you're fucking up. It's like, dude, how am I possibly screwing up? I'm 3 blocks away from.
Well, I mean, things could go wrong.
Yeah, I guess things could always.
Go wrong. But it's like, I mean, it's exciting. Even the part before things go wrong is still like,
yeah,
it's pretty exciting to be in a new place,
You know, I was
especially like, you know, Manhattan. It's nice.
One thing I had a scare. I was at the airport and I found a good Panda Express in Dallas. They actually got a decent Panda Express over there. So I get it. It's nothing like the Atlanta Panda Express. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
but
let's not go crazy.
Yeah, Dallas Panda Express, top tier Panda Express. So I get the orange chicken. I get my meal. She gives me a fortune cookie. Crack it open. Right after I found out I'm moving, it says you're gonna learn how good you can adapt because your life's changed. And I'm like, what's this about? Like, what am I gonna have to adapt to?
Hey, you're gonna have to adapt to the clear line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
I mean, at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
TSA.
That's right, dude. I forgot all about them. Clear tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Maybe I'll go to the
exciting.
airport late. Yeah. I just can't wait to walk in better than everybody else.
Oh, yeah. You're going to find out you're not actually unclear.
Yeah. No, dude, I got it. And it feels good.
Yeah.
Dude, you just nod your head and you're instantly, I'll be honest, you are better than the other people. Because what happened was some girl tried to cut me and she was just asking about clear. She's like, we're being helped right now. I said, oh, well, I already have been. And dude,
wow.
I just came through. Her and her family were just mad and I just hit them 2 fingers. Boom.
Wow. She didn't even look at the green dot yet.
Dude, she was pissed. She's all trying to afford it. $185 for 7 people. She didn't do that shit. I seen her in the airport 40 minutes later. We're on the same flight. She's just mean mugging me.
Wow.
And I'm like, hey, do what you want to do. Some people got it like that.
Wow.
I'm one of them now.
Yeah.
Next is global entry. What's the other one? There's one more else when you walk through. Not global.
TSA pre-check.
Yeah, I got to get pre-check.
Clear is above pre-check, though.
Oh, really? So I don't got to take my shoes off?
I don't think so, no. TSA pre-check is that's like entry level.
I think you still got to take your shoes off and clear.
Yeah, some people with TSA pre-check, it's just free. If you just travel enough, they just put it on your account.
Oh, I might have it for free.
But yeah, a clear is like you got to pay for that, and that's like
Dude, I'm done taking off my shoes. I'm done waiting for the long line at the metal detector. I'm taking care of my traveling. I'm getting the pre-check. Global entry, I really don't know how much that's worth it to me because it's it's not really that bad. I gotta be honest. Sometimes it's for the 10 times a year I gotta fly in through Global Entry. I guess it would be worth it. It depends on how much it is.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I travel a lot, so I might as well get all this shit.
Yeah, why not?
Quit fucking around.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive. Clear was $185. I think, like you said, pre-check or Global Entry is only like $170 for 5 years.
Yeah,
I think
considering
pre-check's
how much
something like
time
that.
you're at the airport, it's like how much is your time worth?
Dude, I live there. I got people inboxing me on Instagram like, when are you gonna eat at my restaurant? Like, I'm like, how many times have you seen me?
This girl works at Hudson News.
Yeah, the jet right by the JetBlue. Yeah.
Wow.
People just see me. They know me at the airport. I'm literally JFK, dude. They all know me.
Let's think, man. You're gonna clear and live in Manhattan.
Yeah.
These are all you're stepping up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I can get to Newark, if I could change my airport to Newark,
Oh yeah.
dude, can you imagine? How quick is that from 47th?
I mean, you still got to deal with Port Authority or at Penn Station or whatever. So
Well, I'd be going with the Uber.
Oh right, yeah. I don't know. I think you'll probably be like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then the cool thing with Newark Airport is it's always dead.
Yeah, well, compared to JFK at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I really wanted to be greedy with it, I could take the A train down to Soho and really be at Newark quick, because that's where they come in at. They come in over downtown.
Oh yeah. Those path trains. The train is kind of a pain in the ass to get to Newark though.
I never
Because it's like
a
a train to a train to a train.
It is. You could get the path is easy from Penn Station, but then you got to take that other train.
Yeah.
And then you get to the airport and take that last train.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing it on the way there, but coming back.
Yeah.
The thing is, dude, that's one thing I just accept when I go to the airport, even if it's not covered. Sometimes these shits aren't covered. Sometimes the Uber isn't always covered coming from the airport to the ship or this. But, dude, I'm doing it. It's just like some things you got to live life.
Hey, man, what's your time worth, huh?
It's either that or taking buses. It's like, dude, you're going to be in Miami trying to find the bus.
Can't take it with you.
Yeah, can't take it with you, man.
Yeah. That's the lesson out there.
I told him
all
just
the kids out there.
bury me in my Mets
Spend your
hat.
fucking money.
Yeah.
Yeah.